Hey YouTube, Darren here. Just kind of an update and just to let you know what all's going on and what I'm doing, what I'm working on. This is my Murray machine. I think I said I was going to name it Kudzu for some reason. It seemed good at the moment and I probably will stick with it. The belt finally broke on it. It had been slipping, so I'm getting ready to crawl inside it and replace the belt. And I've got bunch of other belts. These are all old ones that I keep, so I usually just go through them and find one. But I did want to give a couple of shout outs and thank a couple of people for subscribing. The first person is Old Iron 96, OLDIRON 96. Thanks for subscribing, I appreciate it. The next one is Timothy Corcoran. I know I mispronounced it, but hang on, I'll let you take a look at it and see. This is working out so well, I think I'm going to use my eraser board from now on. Old Iron 96 and Timothy Corcoran and David R. Mills. I wanted to thank you for your video response from mine about winter projects. That was pretty cool. You've got a lot going on, and I hope that build works out pretty good for you. Your old buddy One, I am sorry about your piston ring failure. If you were down here in Alabama, I'd say catch up with me and I can get you another motor if it's just like a 12 horsepower flathead or something like that. If you need one, I probably got 4 or 5 laying around. You might try putting out ads on Craigslist. That's where I get a lot of my stuff, my junk to do my builds and my playing. You might do that, or Recycler. There's a website, recycler.com. It's not very big here in Alabama, but in other states I see that there's a lot of activity on it. But that's kind of all I wanted to say as far as that goes. I hope everybody's doing good. And again, I was showing you this. The only thing I hate about these Murrays is you have to take the steering wheel apart or take it out to change the belt. So that's what I'm about to do, and it's cold enough. I've got the kerosene heater going. I got one side of the shop opened up and one closed to keep all the air out. But that's it. More later. I'm back. Now the first thing I do when I'm taking this belt off of my Murray is I go ahead and take the battery, disconnect it, or in this case I'm going to go ahead and take it out completely of this little compartment back here. Everybody knows about this. This is a 5-inch pulley. The pulley clutch arrangement on this is fairly stock. Now that is a 5-inch pulley, I believe. I kind of like putting 5-inch pulleys on them. So this one is has been modified back here. Transmission's been welded, of course, and if you look and you see those bars going down horizontal and vertical, that is to prevent the belt from slipping. So I'm going to have to loosen those guys up, and then I'm going to have to take the steering wheel loose, and it's right by the solenoid. And we'll look in here and we'll see there's a solenoid. So never fails, I always hit it with a wrench and short something out. So I just go ahead and disconnect the battery as well, and I'm about to pull this guy out. And this is Edward. He's one of the shop cats. We named him Edward after Edward in Twilight because Edward is so dreamy. That's what my daughters say. So yeah, bye Edward. Now, to give myself a little bit of room to wiggle and manipulate this steering wheel and the steering column, I go ahead and take these 2 bolts out. It's Phillips. It's a Phillips head. So one right there and one right there. So I'll go ahead and pop them out. These are already taken out, the bolts on the steering column. I don't know if you can see them. They're 1/2 inch. There they are, and I like to use these big ones. On my other videos I explain why. These are less likely to work themselves out, in my opinion, and they're a little bit longer, and you can also, if you're really good and get it on there, you can put a nut on the end of it to help hold it on just in case. Okay, now we are under my Murray Kudzu machine here, whatever it is, and as you can see, the belt clutch assembly is pretty much standard except for the pulley back there. And I said, oh, that's a 5-inch. Now I do have one right here just to keep a little tension on it. Over the winter, this is probably one of my projects. I will convert it over to the 2-pulley system, the one that Fearless Front did his video on. Props to Fearless. It seems to work really good on my Murray Gator, and I got no complaints. So I think I will convert this over to that as well, because this will be the 3rd belt that I'm putting on it. So I'm about to take this tensioner pulley off right here, or that little idler pulley, and more we go. Okay, I've got the belt pulled off. It's off the pulley, and we're getting ready to take it over the linkage. Now, let me move my fat finger so you can see. So this is the clip that holds the linkage to the transmission. And pull it out and push it out of the way. I might not be able to do it with one hand. And so what I'm going to do is feed it up around through that and then pull it off. I'll do that now. And now the belt is off. Turn it sideways so you can see the whole thing. And I want you to look at this end. It looks like it's just bent, but it has effectively been heat welded. That's where it was spinning around one of the pulleys, and it just spun. Got wet and started spinning and couldn't get any traction, and then just heat welded. Once I do that, they're pretty much garbage. I hadn't figured out a good use for a belt that's been cut up or been messed up like that. So I'm going to go through it and see if I have any more to match up. Yeah, I'm already filthy. More to come. Okay, looks like I've got one that should fit pretty close, and I'll go ahead and get it on there. And I'm going to put it on the same as in reverse. What you would do to hook it through the pulley, you're going to slide it through and then wrap it around the crankshaft and then feed it through, making sure that you have it on the right place on either side of that steering column, and then line everything else up, all the little pulleys, and hook it back up. It's one reason I always take videos of these things, just in case I get it wrong, because I screw them up too. More to come.